welcome. We'll be live in a moment.
Say what you want, say what you want, say what you want. Say what you want, say what you want, say what you want. Say what you want, say what you want, say what you want. Say what you want, say what you want, say what you want. Who's gon' save me? 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 Say what you want, say what you want. Say what you want, say what you want, say what you want. Say what you want, say what you want, say what you want. Say what you want, say what you want, say what you want. Who's gon' save me? Who's gon' save me? Who's gon' save me? Who's gon' save me? Who's gon' save me?
What is up? What is up? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another game here on the ITB stream into Reach TV. Of course, on Twitch. We're, of course, going to be watching some more of this team as they continue their win streak, hopefully. At least their adventure into the main playoffs, which are, I believe, now secured. 2 more games coming in the regular season, though, and this one being one of them. As it's a Reach take on Exen Esports tonight, the Finnish side. We're currently 9-1, including going 5-0 on Inferno. Scary opponent here. Facing the Incas later on tonight for the final game of the season, by the way. Make sure to tune in back for that at about 8:30 PM BST. Right then, getting into this one with Into Reach on that CT side first out. Tadpole does get that opening in second middle, but then quickly traded out to leave Cypher and Isk, who have done it magnificently there. Specifically Isk to set up 2 headshots. He gets some help from Cypher as well as he makes it just a 1 for Exen. At least getting into that site, at least taking them both down. And at least getting that bomb plat down. Dobbo and Adam coming from different directions here though. As Sampa creeps closer to the site, he's already got 1. Could it be the 1-on-4 if Dobbo doesn't clutch this one out? He's not fully aware, but Sampa's taking it. The 1-on-4 to start this one off. In the most unlikely of circumstances, you had Isk and Cypher, who both looked quite hot. Both go down very quickly, and then, well, he really didn't stop fragging from there on out. What a start that is for the Finnish side. We again are unbeaten on Inferno. Such is the case, of course, then for ITB after winning out last time out, which was last night against UDP. So it's like comfortably winning with a good T side, a great T side even. After being pretty alright on CT, which I typically see as their stronger end, especially on Inferno. So maybe a nice promising sign then, just in general. I think can really take it to teams even on that T side. It's with them being quite aggressive here into Reach buying back up, forcing it into this round. Being very close to that smoke initially on B, not the case now. They instead back off. Exen are going to start to move in though. Mixer has been tagged up on A. They push out. Tadpole gets the first kill. Dobbo looking to help out as well. That 5-7 gets another kill for the CT side, and the spams come through, and they may just have won the round. We did have a 1-on-4 in the last round, so I shouldn't call it in, but now it looks more likely than ever. Cypher's picked another one off on the rotation and spotted out Ukis as well. So he tries to get into this A site. We'll have to surely clear out Cypher though. He's just going to go for the bomb plants and gets it safely. Smart move, I think, from Ukis. Even if you win this round, Mach 10 running out of bullets. Only getting the 1 kill. It's into the Reach, tie the game up. Good round from them, obviously. A team ace as well, which felt very much the case. I mean, they're just contributing on all ends there. But giving up that bomb plat towards the end is leaving it on a slightly sour note, I'd say. Regardless of the win. Because that will still leave Exen on quite the bite here as they force back into it. Looking for that lead once more. The AK gone though immediately with Isk's up in the round. Is trying to pick it up, but Isk is just going to continue. Even as he misses the 3rd shot, he comes back in. Confident as ever, Isk. Almost nets that 4th frag. And has already killed off the round with his up performance here. Mach 10s were all that was around him. But that didn't really end up mattering. With the op showing up, massive performance from him. What could end up being quite an important round just to put them on the path of netting quite a few rounds in this first half. Cypher's been at least spotted out here with Mixer. Surely not much more than a frag. Good stuff then. Into Reach closing that one out. Getting an AK into that next round as well. Maybe being able to buy a better weapon up on Cypher. Not that they'll really need to. I do it anyway. What's the Exen on no armor here? No real economy. So, those Mac-10s are surely going to be the main characters of this round. Or the ones holding them, rather. If, make sure to be made. If this doesn't soak up all the frags. Like last round. Not sure if they're fully aware of the pistol situation so far, but they are pushing up really aggressively on Banana. Barely any utility used. I think they have some clue now. Adam's pushed in, he's got one, and then backed away. Getting some help from Domo here as well. Smart move. Can't be too greedy, even on the Mac-10s. I like what I'm saying. In terms of reach being a little bit too aggressive, I think in middle. Isk specifically should really back off, and that he has done. As the smoke starts to fade there in middle. Sebo hiding behind it, admittedly did have a Glock, but I think the point still stands that Isk is now in the right position. Tadpole then in pit as well. Isk can rotate it over now towards Library. He won't be needed. It looks like a sample's been taken on the last after Cypher got a good double spray down there in middle at first. To make it a 3-1 scoreline, a pretty simple round that turned out to be for ITB, who yet again just look really defensively solid. It's not like they were bad last time out. I think they got an 8-7 scoreline in that first half on the CT end against UDP. It's just that with how well they played, you almost expect them to get even more rounds, but that might just be a positive sign for this game. The fact that they have that potential to do even more. So the players here stick to the Mac-10s. Adam getting somewhat punished for it, not being able to output any sort of damage through that smoke. Already the opening then for Exen. At least there's now an M4 in pit. The Cypher looks to hold off. Apartments, the push will come through. Just there, he gets flashed off. Isk not in any position to help out at the moment. The Cypher's jumped up on the bike as well. Exen should think there is another player here. They're still expecting it. The flash comes through. Mixu, well flashed up there. It's just going to wait out the smoke for now. It fades. Cypher, no idea of it, of that angle. That might just end off the round. They have the money to compete, I suppose. Not really anything else to say that they should be going for this at all. Maybe Tadpole wants a better weapon, so we can drop it over to Cypher. Ooh, they were looking for just that as well in middle. Tadpole goes down. The AK, the op saved for now. Domo's AK. Yep, up for grabs. This really should back off. I don't see the point. Now giving up an op? No. Alright. Thank God. For ITB's sake, because that would have been really just a dumb founding decision to peek in like that. At the very least, exit. Again, don't get that op and still don't quite have the lead. They'll need to win another gun round for that to happen. Into the reach now on full rifle as well. Adams pushed in again though. Just like last round, has gone down without anything really done. Dobbo helps out instead and makes up for that earlier push in as he tries to retreat, getting the help of Tadpole, but mostly utility as Dobbo put up the bullets and then Tadpole only gets a trade for the smoke. Or rather running through it, I should say. To set up the 2-on-2, Isk close by here. Should really wait out for Cypher with that smoke fading. To tantalizing him a prod. Spec and that's eventually backed off. Nades come through to at least tag him up though. I think he might have the information that they both should be in Banana. Or none of them should be in Banana rather. Mix is still holding it. Seeing Cypher there. Time starting to tick down. The nade. Not really going to do too much surely. Yep, just got to touch them so. Save is in order. As this looks for the exit frags. Trying to keep this economy quite frail. He's got another one. Exen will not be able to kill him off either, so... Yeah, again, into the reach, just looking to keep that economy in a state where as soon as Exen lose a round, they will not be able to buy for a lot after. So they put up pretty comparable buy rounds here, and then being on an Adam who really needs to stop going down. Bit of 4 on 5 in 2 rounds in a row here. Not really mattering if he's got a rifle or an SMG. Boosts up Tadpole here though. Tadpole. Oh, he spots that one out over the top of the smoke. A great nade as they fade out. Exen still take banana control, but 3 players to face on this site. If they are to do it here and now. They kind of were looking in that direction. Even with a great nade on Tadpole to back him away. Push him closer to that ace site. Which unfortunately for Exen is where they're headed. Everyone except for Sampa. Now over towards middle with about a minute remaining. And the Molotov rains through here. Sampa not being touched by it. They come up middle. Go towards Arch, but with Into Reach still having 5 players, Tadpole should be covering for that. Oh, but he's not. He's left his post at the worst possible time to throw another smoke in towards B. Surely going to get flanked on here. 3 players shoot him out. They will now wrap around B from that CT side. Dobbo and Adam will need to dig in as Dobbo gets the first kill. Sampa still hiding in that smoke as well with Dobbo being mollied out. He goes down. Oh, but then Adam's popped up. And Dobbo got a kill on the way out as Adam closes it out. How on earth did Dobbo get another kill? That's massive. Adam with the perfect smoke play as well. To give credit to him. Closing it out with 2 kills of his own. As Into the Breach recover with a fantastic B defense from Dobbo and Adam. Wonderful stuff from them. Where you're having to make new decisions based on pretty odd circumstances and still finding really good ones to help win that round. To maybe be the main factors of winning that round. Exen back on those pistols, not a lot of armor. Again, this is what ITB were so good at, even while they were losing those 2 rounds. Where they dropped their lead and so on. From 3-1 to 3-3. It's that Exen barely kept anyone alive in the rounds. So, once they finally lost one, as ITB were able to save quite a few and keep that op coming round after round. You know, it's meant that they are just on pistols now, where otherwise they may have been able to just have those rifles in here in this round, especially if they got a bomb plant in the last one, which they didn't. Oh, Dobbo! The just lineup of the century as he picks up the ace in the matter of seconds. Oh, lovely stuff there from Dobbo, who really does deserve a round like that, where he gets to kill off the eco players, considering the massive impact of the previous round, where his 2 frags were pivotal in winning what would otherwise be a very tough gun round. He is now up to 11 frags. Another gun round awaits. The Cypher's been tapped down. Just 27. Tadpole feeling similar circumstances with Isk peeking in. Isk backing away just at the right time. Exen doing the damage. Really putting on quite the display early on in that damage. Giving. With minute 10. Haven't made much progress beyond that. We still aren't really turning away the possibility of going towards B. Adam there to guard it with a nicely timed smoke. So keep them around in middle instead. That's his double rotates over. Exen get into middle. And beyond. Isk peeks in. Isk getting the 5-on-4 as well. They turn back B. Already getting the opening. But at least that's given ITB the quick info. All about just getting the rotations in time now. Dobbo flashing in. Tadpole comes in later to help out, but it's Dobbo to peek, and Dobbo to do the initial damage. Needs a frag here. Great flash comes through, and he does get one. Tadpole still here as well with Cypher, having already rotated in. A great spray through that smoke, sees Sebo tag down as this comes through from Banana. The others stacked up in church now. 2-on-2 on the site, and then this 1-on-1 on Banana. Isk not knowing the angle. He goes down. That's really a tough fate for the round as a whole, surely. They can't win it now. Can they even back away now, though, is the question. Arcus will look for them to try to exit a good smoke. At least give them some comfort. Cypher gets down to 1 health. Tadpole another kill. And they get out live. That's a crazy rescue mission. 2 rifles. So have a great buy in the next round. Into reach yet to really be broken in this game. Which feels mad to say on a CT economy. With these back and forth rounds. Typically that economy is so hard to keep in a good stead. Risk even being able to buy up the op here. With how many rounds he saved it in a row. Even if he did go down eventually. That's fine. Oh, Tadpole! What a gift that is. He got tired of getting spammed there through that walls. Just every single time he walked in. Eventually hitting Exen with their own bloody medicine. Already the advantage, an unrespondable one to be clear. Tadpole now in short, gets flashed, double flashed and backs away. This is the one actually on B this time. Switching up the system there somewhat. Knowing that Exen like to rotate over later in these rounds, Isk to hold it. Isk sees that Molotov drop through. Not yet wanting to peek. Waiting almost for the flashbang there. Serva will serve that one up. Pitsy falls away from the angle. Still in Banana though, with Adam joining him now on the B site. In that into the breach, still have 5 players on the board. They can just rotate over quite comfortably. But with no utility on either of these B players, they're going to have to step up just with those bullets as Isk still holding this angle with 25 on the clock. He gets the opening, backs away, Adam in the corner as they try to hunt down Isk, knowing roughly where he is. Adam comes out to help. Adam comes in with another kill as Isk holds it off to leave only Mixu. And he's just got no chance. The rotation's already here. And Tadpole and Dobbo come in. A bit of double action. Into reach, making a 6th round. Lovely, lovely CT defense there. They get into the breach when they're at their best on specifically Inferno. They are unplayable on that CT end. There's no mistakes at all. Isk has looked so mature in this game. Where he just knows exactly when to back off. That's always the problem with these more aggressive operas. Where maybe sometimes you'll have to take the bad with the good, if you will. Of over-peaking, over-aggressing, maybe losing 1 or 2 rounds a game. From over-aggressing, but here, it feels like Isk hasn't taken a single step wrong all game, because when he aggresses, he never gets punished. He always falls away just at the right time. And when he plays with that awareness, again, he, much like the rest of the team, simply unplayable for the opponents. Even if they are 9-1 in main or whatever. He's taking a more passive role this time on Banana. With Exen looking to rotate over, I feel like that's a smart move considering they are just going up against pistols here. 45 on the clock. Adam will need to save those bullets. At least reloading the magazine for now. Might just have to back off here after a shot. No smoke there for CT, so a good angle for Adam. As this take the first, Adam to spray. Adam with 2 further kills, even as this goes down. Adam's still here to contend. Doesn't really want to pick that up though, neither does Dobbo. They're coming in with the flashbang instead. To flash away server. He peeks back in, missing the wide open one. And gets taken out eventually, just the Glock left. No chance. A well played round. Only losing 1 weapon there is great stuff. Yet again. A proof of concept for sure with moving ISK over, which they obviously did here halfway through this first half. The part of it that we've seen at least halfway through that. Moving him over towards that base site to play the anchor role almost at times. I think the fact that he can even do against the pistol rounds, where otherwise that AWP has its weakness, as long as he has that help from CT, then, you know, it's really proving quite something about that being just a great switch. Because in the other rounds he's looked really good as well, of course, with great stats to prove to I think compound that as well. Dobbo is the top of the scoreboard right now, but I don't think anyone's really put up a bad performance per se. Everyone's just playing their role at worst. Often going above and beyond that. This is into the reach. Look for a aggressive apps hold in this next gun round. Quite an important one to see if they can really put up a dominant scoreline in this first half, where the end result will look more muted. As Adam peeks in, great flash, Adam! The double spray down, the triple spray down! Even as he goes down, the round's over. One was through the smoke, Adam just kept spraying and kept picking up. On the Exen players, Dobbo just to hold the angle, he closes this round out. And that is ITB really looking more and more dominant as this first half goes on. I said it last time, I think I said it at the start here, where that CT side against UDP, they looked really good. It was just the fact that a couple rounds went against them and ended up 8-7. Here, they're playing equally as well, if not better. It's just the fact that a couple of these rounds are going their way. You can see the full potential being unlocked with that, in how many rounds they can really put up when they're all playing like this. Definitely including Isk on that up. So he gets his 13th of the game to open this round up. They have got 3 players on the B site though, with Dobbo finally rotating over. He will have to cover for that gap that was left there in Arch. But at least it's coming through C to C to spot that one up. A lot of players to handle it. Oh, but he's done it quite excellently. Picking up the 2 kills and not needing any more. Tadpole does the rest from pit. Yet again, it's a round where everyone just plays their role excellently. So set up the 9th round. This is the one though, where if Into Reach take it, it's going to be hard to see Exen come back in this one. Putting all their chips on this round rather than the last one. With 5 AKs. It's Into Reach. But it's obviously back on that piece site, this time in a boosted position. Already rotating over Adam. Stack up A. Maybe recognizing the fact that Exen haven't really been succeeding on B. But Isk, don't go too aggressive now, my friend. He stays back. He stays calm. About a minute. 6 on the clock. It's Exen. Still want to peek in. Still want to poke the bear. As this kind of recognized the fact that a flash was coming. Oh, but he misses the shot as he took it late. Adams come in at least to smoke off, to push it, to stay right in the smoke, to get the first kill, but then quickly traded. Although doesn't get anything through the smoke either. So a man advantage going into the post plant. Only 3 players on B. This Mixer was still looking for a lurking kill over towards A. Very dangerous, that late flank. Seb, it's already taking that one. Tadpole has come back into the round now, into a 2-on-2. Just need to watch out for that flank in CT. Or if they get to the site quickly enough, but they do need to get in there. Not seeing anyone on the site. Finally, they spotted it, but mixed it. Being quicker on the draw. As Exen make it 5 rounds. That's the type of decision I was talking about with having such an aggressive upper. The one decision where maybe it's not even a horrible one based on their ability, it's just the fact that the risk was not quite worth the reward that would have been. Or even if he gets a kill there, it feels like there's still potential for him to get traded. And so on and so forth. He's moved back over towards A now. Oh, he gets the opening there. Don't let one bad decision, 1 round loss, fool you. Isk is here to stay. I was going to note though, I mean, Exen with how bad that economy has been, just based on Interreach keeping it that way through all of the half, we barely seen Uckus on the op to contest at all. You could see he's been struggling, not getting to that weapon all half, otherwise the top performer for this Finnish side. He's on it now. They look for me. Dobbo boosted up. Dobbo, the spray is a little bit too early. Adams now left all alone. That smoke coming through. Surely the rotation will come as well with an empty A site. Every Finnish player coming in here is Adam. Has at least got a trade there. At the very least, not the Manda's advantage. Cypher where there could have been another lurk on the way, but not the case this time around. So ITB all come from CT. Having some utility left actually. Cypher to use that to force out Uckus. That's what we failed to serve it. He's already got the one. They know that 2 players are here. Iska's jumped just at the wrong moment. Cypher at least gets the trade back, but it's 2 players yet to be killed. They don't know. Oh, he's peeked in! But then Uckus trades him out. So a round that could have swung a lot of ways still ends up in Exen's favour to make it a 6th rounder from their end on that C side. Yet another half where maybe into the reach are going to feel a little cheated. They could have definitely had even more there. Certainly double digits, I think was almost would have been a fairer scoreline in a way. But I don't think you can complain over 9-6, especially if their T side is going to be as good at that as last time out against UDP, as I was talking about. Rosie again. They won out 8-7 in the first half, but then only gave up 2 rounds in the second, including I think the pistol round as well, right? So again, just need that T side to be about as good, I think, and they are still going to be in a position where they should be considered the favourites. Even though Exen have been really, really good this season. 9-1 as I mentioned. Admittedly including a forfeit win, but just that. If I think ITB have two forfeit wins as well, so you know. It all evens out in the end of the record. And then such an impressive Inferno record, of course, as well. Exen unbeaten on it. 5-0. Having plucked wins against some decent sides as well. That's for sure. Just last time out, in fact. I think that was yesterday. Being now up on just Inferno. in a pretty tight game. Exen, who obviously made some changes here during the season. At the start of it in August, when it all kicked off, they had Jussi on. It was, I mean, just fragging wise, was fantastic. You know, in those first, I think, 2 or 3 games he played, with Sebo then replacing him, who's obviously I haven't done a deep dive on Exen, but statistically, again, not quite the same stature. But you can't complain over the results, right? Like, if you're bringing someone in and then you're going to go and win a lot of games, then surely not a bad move. As he's, after losing that debut game, they've obviously been on quite the win streak ever since. 6-0 in the last 6 games. And with him in the side as well, so again, can't complain over that. With, as I mentioned, Uckers having done most of the fragging for this Finnish side through the season. Averaging 0.84 frags per round, which for reference is just as much as Isk is averaging. Who's obviously top of ITB. But then with him not getting on the op in the first half, hasn't quite looked himself. We'll see if that changes here in the second. As Exen do decide to stack that A site. Putting just Sampa on the beat. With a kit as well. Adam peeks in. You have to spot anything here. Sebu just around the corner. Oh, you've seen the shoulder as well. He still doesn't get the kill. As the CTs all line him up. Isk the only one to get any kills from it. But at least has made it a 2-on-3 now. They rotate over towards B. Sampa. Expecting them still to be in middle though. And it's given up the site. They're just going to run in. Finally hearing those steps, but they are going to get this bomb down at the very least. Even with this tied up. Still have a chance. Cypher just needs to step up, you'd say. Isk not die too early. As Cypher takes one. Isk, oh, almost a free kill. Instead it's the 1-on-2 with such low health here as they've already smoked off the bomb here. Ukis has that kid as well. Already on it. Isk loses that with the duel anyway to Mixu, but ITB still get that bomb down. So at least something. And Exen get to just 2 rounds between them and ITB. Obviously closing up the last half with the last 2 rounds as well, so could build up a streak here if ITB don't win this one. With the bomb plant, they are going to force up with quite decent weapons around it. 2 Gilos, an AK, Eagle, and a Mac 10. Which is very comparable, I think, to what Exen have, if not even better. Cypher trying to prove that. Gilo does the damage, takes the first kill as Sampa's just been forced to move off. Even with Cypher's low health. Sampa did not want to risk it. Cypher picks up the Mac 10 instead. ITB already the 5-on-4. Exen decide to stack over towards B. With them pushing up, surely they're going to notice the fact that it is so empty. As Adam looked to fake, he's being pushed on now. Sampa's taken the kill. There is just one player towards A. Even with the rotations coming in now. Already in CT. Sebu's position not quite known yet. Over there in pit. Tadpole will have to peek him. So he stays in that angle. Already got a first kill. Sampa pushes in. At least looking for the peek. Yet to come out though, as they've already traded out Sebu. Knowing they're in library now, Cypher is going to get shut down but quickly traded again. Isk comes in, and Isk has made it just the 1 player left. With that AK in hand, so much responsibility, but he's up to the task clearly. As they smoke off where Ickis now stands. Ickis looking to just make the move through the smoke, gets denied. As Isk gets the 4K instead. With that AK in his hand, 10 rounds for ITB. And Isk gets to an op as well. Love to see it. With Exen forced back onto the pistols, even in the forced buy round. Even with armor. Clearly ITB the superior buy here. Looking to prove they're superior team, because if they win this round, start seeing many other end results. Sompa's traded one there. Nade doesn't touch him either. But always, I think I always favour a 4-on-4 for the C side on specifically Inferno. Just because of how thin you're spread as a CT side. How large that rotational area is. You can see Exen, they've done this before as well. When they go down to 4 players, they seem to nearly always decide to gamble stack on a site. Putting one player left on the other one. Serva will try to peek with those dual Berettas being flashed off initially. Shooting through the smoke, those dualies not doing a lot of damage. So he at least gets into church. Also smoked off for now though. Just not getting the kills. This has been tagged up on Banana at least. Gets the information and gets out of there. Gets into new box before that smoke fades, and CT as well, holding off Church. With the jiggle peaks coming through. I think they've seen each other. At least for now. Exen, not a lot of utility to work with though, just the smoke here on Cebu when they're staying passive. I think they're just going for the extra frags actually. Trying to take out as many T's as possible here. Not wanting them to keep around the op, for example. ITB might have to shoot their way out of this one. As this has already gone down. Servant takes another one. Cypher want to hold off. He gets to the end of it. Needs to get that op back. They thought too much about the fragging there because they've lost an AK in the process. But still, getting the op through to the next round is, I think, was the key part of it. So a nice fought from Exen. I don't hate that strategy. The problem is that they can't follow it up with any sort of great buy here. They only have the Deagle, the armor on that Deagle player to really contest with. He's over towards A, the rest stacking B. Nade throws right in his face. My goodness. That's a crazy nade actually from Tadpole. Rizzo's gonna peek him now. Not gonna see the gunbow surely, but Tadpole always cautious, always persistent in those types of angles, surely will peek it. Backs away instead. They go too early towards the B site here. They might be walking into the trap. Having heard one player already drop down. Boost catches one of them out. That's the AK giving up. Mixer on it now. Volleying away. At least getting another player. Serva peeks out. The back 10 on Cypher doing bits to keep the site contained as they only get another kill there. Exen and not much more. Iska's left his back open though to Banana. Only for a moment. Oh. Sumpa's in the right angle here though. Oh, but then he shoots. Knows now. This has come down. So what could have been a pretty catastrophical situation when they walked into that site and already lost the first player. At the very least ends up with them winning out with only losing 2 players. That's fine enough, I think. Especially on that T side. But I praised them, I think in that 9 game it was, ITV for always checking boost. So it's a little uncharacteristic to see them fail to do just that. Now they surely have been taught a lesson. As ITB get control of Banana as well, costing, sure, some damage on Cypher. That's a worthy trade. Bringing in another Molotov before really securing it. And now they have 2 players here to watch out for. Sampa and Serva. The ones on the weaker weapons, should I add, for the CT side. Smoke and a flash between them. Smoke already used. Sampa peeks out. It's getting tagged down, but already the kill from him. Eventually traded. Serva the one in church now. Oh, but spammed down by Tadpole. Such a smart player he is. Thick as Cebu and Mixer all decided to save off now. Yet again, I have to say it's not quite been the game that I think Urkes was looking for. The main fragger on this Finnish side It's only put up 5 for what is now the 20th played round. A lot of that does come down to the op not getting to him. But then when you play these better teams like ITB, who are so good at keeping that economy in a worse state for you, you can't just be an opper. It's too expensive a weapon to be only proficient on that. You can see again, not being able to buy it up at all. They go for a half bite to maybe get in the next round, but rounds are running out here for Exen. So kind of STEM might have to win this round. That comeback will be quite steep otherwise. But would still keep themselves in contention if they win this one with the 3 saved M4s and 2 deagles to match. Sebo gets flashed in. Tadpole is flashed, but he's in the right angle. Almost peek back in instead. To give Sebo the reverse end of it, but not the case. So ITB are looking more so for the B site now. Double having already rotated Tadpole on the way there. There's only 1 player on that site as well. Yet another stack coming out from Exit. Love to gamble with it. And if Sampa doesn't get towards B in time, as long as ITB go back to checking that boost spot, they should have a free site here. Lucas and Sampa come in though. That should be in the right time. They don't check the boost yet again, but Cypher adapts to it, gets the kill unscathed. They wait out for the bomb plant. Sampa peeks in from Church with that deagle in hand. They've already seen Ukas, and he goes down with the M4 in hand. Sampa's traded, but then quickly Cypher comes back and winning out that round. Sebu might just be saving again. ITB getting to 14 here. Great round. The problem with stacking one site, even if ITB aren't always perfect at scouting out and maybe being able to fall off if they do recognize that there is a stack going on. Like, if you're just going to stack every round, it's always going to be 50-50, right? So even if you could rotate over a couple players there, which you did, that just wasn't really enough. Excellent, at least having the money in this round, but again, it will be a tough retake now for them, or comeback rather. Not a retake for now. Because at least gets to that op. They planned out the last couple rounds just to get him this op in this round, so he better start stepping up here fragging wise if Exen are to do anything. He's over towards that B site in a more passive regard. That's as Cypher pushes up. Cypher! Oh, the free kill on Serva! But not following it up. So quickly traded as Sampa's head in the corner, but then taken back out. So even as Adam goes down, a very chaotic situation to start. And even with it being traded, Dubbo's found massive space based on 2 players having gone down from Exit already in CT, and surely won't be expected to have gone this quickly. As they just wait for him to pull off something. Ukas meanwhile pushes in. Isk not expecting it. And going down in the process, Dubbo now relied on to get it all done here. They line up for him. And they've turned their backs to him. He gets the first. Tadpole finishes off the second. And yet again, they've left Sebu all to his lonesome. He comes in from Manana. Eventually stopping the stepping there. Has a kit. Has the smoke. But needs to get these fights down. One way to do it would be just to smoke off and nade off Tadpole. And you would still have to pick that up. Dubbo. Even good on that weapon. Even if it has lowered its headshot percentage significantly from what it was earlier in the half. I think during just this half he had like 100% earlier. Not the case now, of course. Tadpole same kind of thing. Started off with so many headshots. He's been fantastic here during the seaside. He's using that smartness in his game at such a high level. Into reach now, match point. Isk looking to close this one out. He's already got the flick done. He wants to get a little bit more as well. That entry off as he gets into it. The flick again as he gets traded out. So that's the B site gone. That may just be game gone for Exen. Uckers at least gets a kill back to keep the round possible. As ITB look to get the bomb back, Cypher's boosted up on B. Having spotted one player out already. Oh, he just takes the fight and takes the frag. Knows now that Uckers is in there. Yup, waiting for him, but they will just smoke it off. Uckers needs to hit the shot through the smoke. He misses. And you can't really blame him for that one. Cypher peeks him in, does him in, and wins it out for ITB with a 3k in the end. 16-7, I think that reads in the end, and what a surge scoreline that is. I think yet again ITB proved that even if the CT side can be frustrating to some extent, just in the fact that they are so much better than what some of these scorelines read in the first halves. That T side, whatever happens, that T side looks better and better on Inferno specifically. Only giving up the 2 rounds yesterday to UDP on Inferno on their T side, on ITB's T side that is. I think they've only given up 1 round here on, again, ITB's T side, and that being the pistol. Like, it's ridiculous. Crazy stuff. ITB just looking better and better. Then they continue this win streak now, which is, and I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-0. The streak is currently in ESEA as they head into those playoffs. Currently 10-3. We'll have another game for you tonight to see if they can end on a high note coming into those main playoffs. Now in the double digits then in the win column. They'll be taking on the Incas later on tonight. That's on Dust 2, and that's at 8:30 PM BST. Make sure to tune back in for that. Until then, though, take care. We'll see you then.